I gotta get going.
Reach the Stretch Internet Broadcast Studio. Please enter your 4-digit code now. Your code has been accepted. Your broadcast will begin in 5 seconds.
Well, good evening, or afternoon, I should say. Welcome to Grover C. Redford Gymnasium on the campus of Missouri Valley College, where today the Vikings take on the #1 team in the country. In women's basketball, the defending national champion Mid-America Nazarene Pioneers. They come in with an overall record of 6-1 and 5-0 in conference play under Coach Don Lewis. The Vikings come in 3-3 in conference play, 6-3, and a big win on Thursday night in Springfield against Evangel. And Joe All, that was a big win for the Viking women. They needed that win on Thursday night.
Well, that was a tough win. Evangel came into that game with a winning record playing at home, and the Vikings controlled most of the game. Evangel made a run right at the end, but Vikings hit some free throws to hold the Crusaders off. And, yeah, that was a big win, and that evened the record back at 500. And another tough test here this afternoon against the defending national champs.
No question about that. We had a chance to visit with coaches. For some reason, my recorder doesn't want to work and play your John Lewis interviews. You want to tell me what he said?
Well, I just congratulated him.
Nice
I congratulated him on being the national champions and thought his team played awful good defense in that championship game. And then mentioned they're kind of a mixture this year. They got good returning players, but they've got a lot of new faces. And he says they're trying to kind of find this year's identity. He said they're ranked #1 in the country, but, of course, that's based on last year. And said the team's been playing well, and big win over Benedictine for them on Thursday night.
Yeah, and they're going without their leading scorer, Ashley Gibson, the 5'10 junior, averaging 18 points a game. She was injured 2 games ago. She didn't play in that game Thursday night, so that's a big loss for them. All right, we're going to I had a chance to visit with Tim Dixon, the head coach of the Vikings, and we'll listen to that visit now. Tim Dixon joins us for this ball game. Coach, you take on the Pioneers, defending national champs, ranked #1. Hey, could be a fun Saturday afternoon.
Could be a fun one or a long one, so we'll figure it out here in about the first 3 minutes of the game. So, they are pretty good. They were at #1 for a reason. But, we're playing a little bit better, and I think it'll be a fun game to watch, and hopefully we'll keep it close and pull out a win.
You've played 2 games this week. Monday night, you couldn't hit a basket. The other night, the ball went in the hole. And I tell you, game's a lot more fun when that ball goes in the basket.
That's easier. It's easier to coach. But, yeah, if we can continue to shoot like we did on the road here at home today, it should be a pretty good game.
What are going to be some of the keys against this very good ball club?
Well, we just have to defend one-on-one. I think once we do that, we'll be fine. We're going to be able to handle all their screening actions. We do that every day in our practice. So we just have to defend one-on-one drives and be aware of the drive and kick. And I think once we do that and we're challenging the three-point shot, we should be fine. So we're going to open up in the zone and see what happens.
And hopefully that good shooting will continue for your team today.
Yeah, I mean they're figuring it out. We haven't changed anything, and they're figuring it out, and that's all we need to do is have them get a little confidence and the shots start to fall. We should be okay.
All right, Coach, talk to you after the game. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
So our national anthem, we'll have the starting lineups and get ready for basketball this afternoon. Men's game, who knows what's going to happen in that one as when those 2 teams get together, Joe, the men's teams. Who knows? We could have 2 or 3 overtimes today. It seems like that happens when these 2 men's teams get together.
Well, as long as it's not snowing outside,
and
we might not have an extended game. But we have Missouri Valley and Mid-America have had some big battles, a couple of veteran coaches, Rocky Lamar and Chad Lance, and they'll go at it toe-to-toe.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Again, as I mentioned, Ashley Gibson is out of this lineup today. They'll go with Tenshell Hollingsworth in the starting lineup today. Also, Jordan Oliver, she is one of their main players. Tristan Wicks, a 6'3" junior. We also talk about Bailey Reinhardt, averaging 4.1 points a game, a 5'9" junior. For the Vikings, they're going to give Haley Meyer a start. Haley out of Troy, the 6'2" sophomore. Peyton Funk will start at the point, the 5'6" freshman. Dee Dee McCoy, leading rebounder and scorer out of Hot Springs, starting in the lineup, as is Ashley Ward, the 5'8" senior out of Arkansas as well, Springdale, Arkansas, and Veronica Petkova, Bulgaria, a 5'10" junior. So we'll see what happens, Joe. I think you take on a team that's ranked #1. Let's get off to a good start and see what we can do early on.
Well, need to do that. And this Mid-America team, they play very good defense. I think that's what really vaulted them to the national championship last year. Played great defense against Baker. And Ken, you know, every team, most teams in the conference have an identity. We talked about the great floor sweeper down at Evangel. I see across the way, the guy with the bird calls is here from Mid-America.
Oh,
see the guy in the red shirt sitting on the front row to our right over there? He chirps during all of the Mid-America games and at home and on the road both. So, folks, if you hear some bird sounds coming across the airwaves, we don't have birds in the gym, but we do have Birdman here.
All right, well,
we started the game.
Started the technical, so obviously the book was wrong. The Viking book was wrong. That's not how you want to start the game. Somebody put in the book wrong, so it's 1-0 as Jaden Oliver hit a free throw to start things off.
Now we'll jump it up. So let's spot the national champs.
Yeah, there you go.
The game. Let's roll. All right, ready to go is jumping center. Haley Meyer gets a call for the Vikings. Jumping it up in there was Tristan Wicks for MidAm. MidAm gets a tap. We're underway. The Pioneers bring it across. They get it head of the key to Likens, a veteran. Ashley Likens now skip pass across to Oliver. She hit the free throw a minute ago. Now breaking down. Nice cut that time, but the shot was missed by Ashley Likens. She cut back door, missed the shot. Here come the Vikings. Veronica Petkova gets it ahead to Ashley Ward. Now Ashley will back it out. And now they're going to call a foul. Looks like, I think it's a foul underneath. Yep. I don't know what they called here. I don't see it. I didn't see a whistle foul against anybody. Now two of the officials are going to chat right around the head of the key. Now both teams are heading to their bench, so not sure what's going on here.
Well, we've had a technical before the game started. One missed shot, and now 28 seconds into the contest, we have a discussion.
Well, hope this didn't set the stage for one of those to be one of those days. Now the one official was coming toward us. Thought could explain to us. Now she turned around, took one look at us, and turned around and went the other direction. Okay, we'll see here in just a minute. Mid-American leads at 1-0.
I guess it's something to do with the clock.
Okay. There's 9:30. We do know there's 9. We played 30 seconds. 9 minutes and 32 seconds left to play. And we do know that Mid-America, thanks to a free throw by Jaden Oliver, they lead it by the score of 1-0. That's about all we can tell you right now.
Well, they're wondering how much time to put on the shot clock, and you know, with early in the game, just come up with a number and put it on the clock.
Pick a number and
move on.
Guys, let's go.
It's not like it's a 1-point game with 20 seconds to go.
I got Christmas shopping to do sometime in the next couple weeks.
I have a Christmas party to go to tonight.
Okay, all right.
So I hope they don't go to the monitor on the very first possession of the game.
What a bizarre start.
Crazy start.
A technical foul to start the game, and now 28 seconds into the game, we're already checking the shot clock. But it's going to be Viking ball. We do know that. It's Peyton Funk, Deidre McCoy, Veronica Petkova, Haley Meyer, and Ashley Ward, the 5 on the floor from Missouri Valley to start the game. And
now skip
Peyton will inbound. Looks like MidAm's going to start out in zone defense, I'm thinking.
Nice cut that time.
There's that double team in zone. Now bad pass as Meyer tries to save it but can't. So Vikes throw it away against that MidAm zone.
I'm going to tell you one thing. It took 7 minutes to put 2 seconds on the clock. They went from 18 to 20.
Okay,
okay, got it right, though.
Let's get it right, yeah. All right, MidAm's ball. They lead it 1-0. Oliver over on the right wing. Now skips a pass over on the left side. That goes over to Reinhardt. There's a deep three that time taken by Hollingsworth and missed, but MidAm gets the offensive rebound. Now they skip it over on the baseline. Back to Hollingsworth, down to 21 on the shot clock. Now the ball taken away by Peyton Funk. Here come the Vikings on the run. Ashley Ward got it. So the Vikes get a steal. Peyton Funk gets the pass ahead to Ashley Ward, and Vikings take their first lead of the game, 2-1.
Usually a man-to-man defensive team. The Vikings playing zone this afternoon.
Reinhardt. Pass over on the right wing to Oliver. Now they get it back to Hollingsworth, down onto the baseline as it goes to Likens now. Oliver will crank a three off the left wing. Got it. So Jaden Oliver knocks down a triple off the left wing. She's got all 4 Mid-America points. The Pioneers jump out to a 4-2 lead. Petkova almost walked. She did a good job getting that other foot down. McCoy, Deidre drives inside, and she's going to be fouled on the drive by Bailey Reinhardt. So a nice take that time by Dee McCoy. Dee saw a path off that right wing, right to the basket. I think they're going to say that foul on Reinhardt occurred before the shot. So it'll be Viking ball underneath, trailing by a deuce. Meyer goes back. Oh, there's another foul right there. So nice drive that time, and I think this one's going to come up against, they're going to call that foul on Ashley Likens. So in about 3 seconds, Mid-America picks up 2 fouls. Vikings have yet to commit a foul. Meyer takes it to the right baseline. Now skip pass all the way to the other side to Peyton Funk. Now Peyton, sporting the black headband, comes to the head of the key, gives to Petkova. Petkova to Ward. Ward double teamed on the baseline. Now they're going to call, they're going to say that maybe Veronica stepped out of bounds.
She stepped out of bounds with 3 seconds. She stopped the dribble and tried to pass it out of there. So one way or the other, it's a turnover.
Violation. Now Rocky Lamar shaking hand with the Birdman on the other side over there. He said, you keep chirping. We need all the help we can get. Coach Lamar, the head coach of the Mid-America men, he's a good one. All right. Mid-America's ball, jump shot off the baseline. This one taken that time by Likens, missed it. Rebound Peyton Funk. Now Funk throws it away, stolen by Reinhardt. Hollingsworth to set the offense. Reinhardt on the left wing. Get it high post. High post to the big girl, and that would be Tristan Wicks. And now there's a deep three, and that's good. That three that time taken by Tranchelle Hollingsworth. That's the second triple of the game by Mid-America. They've scored the last 6 points, one by Hollingsworth and another triple by Oliver, and they lead at 7-2. Now there's another foul on Mid-America as Jaden Oliver bangs into Ashley Ward down on the baseline, so that'll be the 3rd team foul. So, Ken, we might be shooting 2 free throws here pretty quickly.
Well, the Pioneers shoot 31% from beyond 3, and against that zone, they're going to have some looks, and they knocked down a couple of them early on here today.
Missouri Valley inbounds. Meyer, head of the key, hands on the left wing over to Funk. Now tried to get it into Dee. Good play that time by Reinhardt to knock it away from MidAm. Here come the Pioneers. Hollingsworth, head of the key. Over on the left side to Ellie Dietz, who's checked in. Now the ball knocked away by Meyer, taken away by Funk. Petkova on the run, flipped it up. No call, missed the shot. But Deidre McCoy gets the rebound. Funk spins on Hollingsworth. Now I think they're going to call an offensive foul. They're going to say, I believe, that Peyton Funk pushed off with the opposite hand. So that'll be the first team foul against the Vikings.
7-2. Vikings need to find some offense. Jovana Jovovic checks into the lineup. Jovovic out of Serbia, 6'1".
Now Hollingsworth gets it high post to Jovovic. Now Hollingsworth drives in, flips it off the glass. So a nice take by Tranchelle Hollingsworth. She's got 5 now, and again, all of a sudden, Mid-America, a pretty good run right here. An 8-0 run. They lead at 9-2.
Need to get a couple of buckets here. Stay in
McCoy,
this thing.
nice drive by Deidre, and Deidre goes in strong. Deidre took it right down the baseline, went up about as strong as you can, muscled it off the glass, and got it in. And that breaks a scoring drought for the Vikings, cuts the MidAm lead to 9-4. There's another three. This one launched by Ellie Dietz. It misses. Another rebound for Peyton Funk. Funk a guard, but doing a good job on the defensive board so far in this one. McCoy wraparound pass. Now fade away by Petkova. Missed it, but Veronica gets a steal and lays it in. Good hustle that time by Veronica Petkova. She missed the shot, got the rebound, flipped it in with a reverse layup with the left hand, and the Vikes have scored the last 4 to make it a 3-point game.
Jovovic had the rebound. She just took it away from her and laid it in.
Ooh, a wild shot that time by Bailey Reinhardt, misses. Rebound by Petkova. Here come the Vikes. Oh, pass to McCoy. McCoy goes down, gets it to Ashley Ward, basket and one. Oh, what a great flurry. A great job by Petkova getting the ball out. She got it ahead to Dee McCoy. McCoy went to the ground, but as she went down, perfect pass inside to Ashley Ward. Ashley put it up on the glass. It rolled around the rim and dropped. Vikes have scored the last 6 points, and they can tie it if Ward can knock down this free throw.
Tristan Wicks checks into the lineup. Ashley Cook comes in, it looks like. Also in for is Marquita Veselkova.
New faces on the floor for Coach John Lewis. And there's the Birdman here. Hear him over there. And Ward, it worked. Ward misses a free throw. Oh, now a turnover. I'm not sure if she stepped out of bounds or what happened, but that's an unforced turnover against Mid-America. So the Vikings get the ball back. They trail by one. They can take the lead with a basket here. Peyton Funk to inbound. Gets it down to the baseline to McCoy. Dee high post, Petkova. Good ball movement by Missouri Valley. Deep three. Haley Meyer, good. Haley Meyer knocks down her first shot of the game. That's a triple. And Ken, the Vikes have scored the last, 9 points?
Last 10 points, or last 9 points.
9 points, and they lead it 11-9. Both teams on a couple of big runs here. Now right wing. Back head of the key. There's a deep three from the head of the key. This one misses. That one was taken by Hollingsworth. Here come the Vikings. Funk in the corner to Petkova. Now pass out to Meyer. Another three by Haley. Got another one. Haley Meyer's feeling it right now as she drains her second three. She's hit the last 6 points for the Vikings. Vikings on a 12-0 run against the national champions here at home. 14-9, they lead it.
Well, that's a big run. They were close to not being in this game, and here they are now with a 5-point lead.
Now Hollingsworth hounded out there by Petkova. Hollingsworth scoops it up, wild shot, but she's going to be fouled. So a nice drive that time by Tronchell Hollingsworth, and she's a newcomer on this team. She's a senior out of Kansas City, and I don't think any way she was going to hit that shot, but she flipped it up underhanded, and somebody whacked her on that right arm. So she'll be on the line for a couple of shots right here.
Dasha Ivanova will check in for the Vikings, and she gets a chance.
Look at Birdman. He had both arms up in the air that time when Hollingsworth shot that shot. She missed it. We'll enjoy watching him today.
I won't. You may, I won't.
Look at him. He's signaling good.
He's already driving me nuts.
Yeah. Second shot by Hollingsworth.
And we're only in the first quarter of the women's game.
Got the second one. She's got 6 points. It's a 4-point Viking lead. 4:11 to go in the first quarter. Dasha Ivanova out of Kursk, Russia in the lineup for Missouri Valley. Petkova on the baseline. Drives in on Wicks. Now gets it back to Ivanova. Meyer on the left wing. Haley's drained a couple of threes in this big run for the Vikings. Good ball movement. Deep three, Ivanova. Oh, good defensive play that time as that was Veselkova got the block. But the Vikes get it back at the shot clock buzzer. Petkova launches a three and misses, but good hustle by Dasha Ivanova to track down that offensive rebound. Boy, she hustled that time, Ken.
And John Lewis not happy with his team not getting that ball.
Now lob into Meyer, back head of the key to McCoy. Deidre drives in, runs right into Wicks, and I think they're going to call a foul on Tristan Wicks. As Deidre McCoy plowed into her, but they said Wicks was not set. So the big girl gets her first foul, and that's foul number 5 on Mid-America here in the first quarter. This is a 2-shot foul anyway, but all fouls from here on out in this period will be 2 shooters for the Vikings.
Jordan Salas will check in. Lindsey Denny ready to come in.
Hear the bird call over there. McCoy's first shot good. Didn't bother Deidre a bit, did it? Deidre knocks down the first one. She will have one more. She's got 3 points in the game. Salas comes in. Petkova comes out. Lindsey Denny, the senior out of Everton, also into the Missouri Valley lineup. As McCoy will have one more. She'll try to extend the Viking lead to 6 with 3:25 left in the quarter, which she does. So nice job by Dede. Vikes need some stops on the defensive end. Now, bad pass. Ball taken away by Ward. Ashley the other way, flipped it up with the left hand. No call, but a rebound by McCoy. Back to Denny. Her jump shot off the right side, no good. But McCoy gets another offensive rebound. Vikes coming up with all the loose balls right now, Ken.
Playing well, really playing well.
Now, nice drive by Jordan Salas as Jordan Salas fakes her defensive player into the air, goes with the left hand, lays it in. Guess what, folks? The Vikings are ahead by 8.
Wow.
Missouri Valley, you heard me right. Missouri Valley leads it by 8, 18-10, with 2:55 to go in the first quarter. And Ken, this team playing very well right now.
They're on a 16-1 run. They were behind 9-2. So what a run by the Viking women. And the Pioneers not shooting all that well. We'll take a look at the numbers here. The Pioneers just shooting 33%, 2 out of 6, or 3 out of 9 rather. The Vikings are 7 out of 13, continuing that hot shooting that they had last Thursday night in Springfield.
I tell you what, you see the energy on this Viking bench right now. And I tell you the thing I like, the Vikings are getting most of the loose balls. That's always a good sign.
Timeout called by John Lewis. He's bringing players in and off that bench. He's trying to find a combination that'll get going here. Early, we know that, but 18-10, an impressive first quarter by Valley.
Whitney Mawar, one of the big girls, she stands 6'3" out of Dublin, Ireland. She checks into the lineup. I remember she played a key role in this national championship team last year. Now Hollingsworth, nice drive by Hollingsworth, basket and one, and Tranchell Hollingsworth took it right to the right side that time, flipped it up. And she's going to be fouled on that play by Dasha Ivanova. So Hollingsworth a chance to complete the three-point play. And again, she's got 8 points already in the first quarter.
You pointed out she's a new point guard for this team.
She buries the free throw, so Hollingsworth makes it a 5-point game. 2:44 left to play. McCoy on the baseline for the Vikings. Goes right around Mawar, gives it back to Salas. Salas flips one up and missed it. Good rebound that time by Likens. Now quickly Ashley Cook, or excuse me, Veselikova brings it across. Veselikova around the screen, hands back to Likens. Likens lob down low for Mawar, taken away by Deidre. Good play by Didi that time. Didi head of the key to Denny. Good ball movement to the left wing to Ashley Ward. Now Ward with a yo-yo dribble back to McCoy. McCoy tried to get it inside to Salas. And I think Mawar reaches over the back, so that should be a foul on Whitney Mawar, and that should put Jordan Salas on the line for 2 shots here. Mid-America over the limit, so double bonus time for the last 2 minutes for the Vikings. So Jordan Salas, Jordan, a junior out of Winfield, Kansas, will have 2 shots right here. First one good. 3 points for Jordan. Ken, she's a player we see getting better and better as the season goes on.
She probably won't be one of your lead you in score, but she could do a lot of things for this team and really help them.
Lindsey Johnson, a sophomore out of Paola, Kansas, checks in for Mid-America, and Veronica Petkova just about to come back in for the Vikings. And Jordan leaves this one short. We complimented her a little bit too early there. Vikings lead at 19-13, 2 minutes to go in the quarter. A baseline drive, ball fake. Oh, a lot of contact. Bailey Reinhardt thought she got fouled, so did I, but no call. Here comes Ward the other way. Now Ashley had it knocked away.
Ooh, and that was off her knee, and they're going to give the ball back to the Vikings.
I think Vikes just got a couple of big breaks. I think Reinhardt got fouled on the drive, and I think Ashley Ward just kicked it out of bounds, but they're going to say, hey, Missouri Valley ball. We'll take it.
Football, Baker leading Eastern Oregon 24-14 in the second quarter.
I hope they win it.
In Baldwin City.
Now the Vikes tried inbound, knocked out of bounds by one of the Pioneers. Down to 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Missouri Valley trailed at one time. I think was it 11-2. I think it was. Now they're on top, 19-13, and really put a nice run together. Vikes to inbound on the baseline under their own bucket. Ivanova gets it out to Salas. Now to Denny. Denny lobs inside for Petkova. Petkova thinks about going over the top of Mawar and then backs it out. 14 on the shot clock. Right wing to Denny. Denny down to Salas. Ball fake Petkova. Now she fakes again. I think they're going to call 3 seconds. One of the Vikings in the lane too long.
Now Petkova looked to throw it inside, then decided to dribble to the baseline. Somebody got caught in there.
1:32, minute and a half left in the first quarter. It's been Vikings in control, good part of the way. Both teams have made good runs, but right now the Vikings lead it by 6. Likens over on the left wing to Reinhardt. Into the lane, now gets it on the right wing to Lindsey Johnson. Back head of the key, Hollingsworth. Good ball movement, deep 3 by Reinhardt. No good, offensive rebound, Mawa. Mawa, turnaround jump shot off the baseline, left it short. Good rebound, Lindsey Denny. Here comes Petkova the other way. Petkova to Didi, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Off of Mid-America as checking back in for the Pioneers will be Jovana Jovovic. Jovovic comes back into the Pioneer lineup, and Likens will sit down. Petkova goes out for the Vikings, and trying to see who came in there. And there's a foul underneath as somebody shoves Lindsey Denny. Lindsey cut across the lane, and somebody whacked her in the back on the way across.
Jovovic picked up the foul.
Jovana Jovovic gets that foul, so that's going to put Lindsey Denny, the senior, on the line for 2 shots right here. Come on, Lindsey. First shot, Lindsey, nothing but net. She'll have one more. Vikings in this first quarter, 3. I've got them 3 out of, looks like 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Make it 5 out of 7 as Denny knocks down both. Biggest lead for the Vikings, 21-13. Now a steal by Ashley Ward on the far side, but Ashley ran out of real estate, stepped on the out-of-bounds line. But good hustle that time by Ward, the senior out of Springdale, Arkansas.
Kristen Wicks checks back into the contest, and Jovovic will lead.
It'll be Mid-America ball, under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Vikings with an 8-point lead. Now, bad pass as Mid-America throws it away. Again, the Vikings have got this team on their heels, at least right now.
That's their 7th turnover already, and they're only shooting 31%. So not a good first quarter, and that's what the Vikings need, and now they need to continue to keep the pressure on.
Jaden Oliver checks back into the Mid-Am lineup, but it's all Missouri Valley, at least right now. Right wing, Denny for the Vikings. 43 seconds left in the quarter. Lindsey skips it across to Salas. Salas takes a 3. This one off the right side, and he goes up and hits the guide wire behind the backboard. So I don't know if that's a shot the Vikings wanted, but Salas had a good look from beyond the arc and just missed it.
Yeah, she had a good look. Quite a few seconds on that clock. Now that looks like the Pioneers could almost play for the last shot, if they choose.
Deep 3 by Oliver off the left side. Good. And Jaden Oliver knocks down her second triple of the game, give her 7 points. I guess that was just, that was a 3.
Yeah.
Cuts it to a 5-point game. Denny to Salas. Salas walk. Jordan Salas shuffles her feet on the takeoff, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Now for sure, Mid-America, I would think, would play for the last shot as Tessa Ramsey will come in from Missouri Valley. Jordan Salas will sit down.
Well, big possession here. The Vikings kind of in control this first quarter, and we'll see what the Pioneers can do here, down by 5.
Lindsey Johnson brings it across the timeline. Now tried to lob it inside, knocked away by McCoy. Into the corner at the buzzer. A 3 off the right wing is good, and that 3 was buried by guess who? Jaden Oliver. And boy, a couple of 3s by Oliver right before the end of the first quarter has put Mid-America right back in this game. What was an 8-point Viking lead less than a minute ago has now been cut to 2 points.
Well, you turned the ball over a couple times, and boy, this team will make you pay. Taking a look at the percentages of the first quarter, the Pioneers just 4 out of 15, so about right at, or 6 out of 15, 40%. Vikings shooting well, 47%, 7 out of 15. From 3, though, the Pioneers 4 out of 9, the Vikings 2 out of 5, and turnovers, 7 turnovers apiece. So everything pretty even, as is the score, 21-19.
Boy, they got those cheerleaders standing up on somebody's hands over on the far side. My head starts to hurt every time I think about falling off that pyramid and landing on the floor.
It wouldn't be good.
No.
St. Francis leading Reinhardt third quarter, 28-10.
Wow.
So they're doing.
Wouldn't that be something? St. Francis and Baker in the championship game.
Yep, and the Vikings may have given Baker the best game they've had all season.
I bet if you would ask Baker what was their toughest game, I bet they would say Mo Valley.
I'm sure it probably would. That tough one, tough loss for the Vikings. And St. Francis looks like they're going to roll today.
All right, Viking ball to start the second quarter. Missouri Valley leads it by 2. Now the ball taken away from McCoy, but they're going to say that Lindsey Johnson walked with it, and Coach John Lewis doesn't understand that call.
Well, she stole the ball when she was on her knees and she stood up, and usually they'll call that a travel, usually if you stand up.
So it'll be Missouri Valley ball with that 2-point lead. Tessa Ramsey in there along with Ivanova, Ward, Meyer, and McCoy right now from Missouri Valley. Ramsey, skip pass into the corner to Meyer, picked up over there by Oliver. Now gets it back on the right wing to Ivanova. Meyer gets it back, down low to Ramsey. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Baseline jumper by McCoy, good. And Ken, that was a great job moving the ball that time by the Vikings. They got Dee Dee McCoy wide open on the baseline. She buried it to extend the lead to 4. Lob down low to Wicks. Wicks cut off by Ramsey, but then spins the other way. Shot misses, rolls around, but it pinballs out to Whitney Mawa. Now Johnson, Lindsey Johnson resets the offense for the Pioneers. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Dump down low to the big girl Wicks, and she goes off the glass and in. That was that post-to-post pass as Whitney Mawa got it inside to the other big girl, Tristan Wicks, and that's Wicks' first basket of the game. Thank you. All right, Viking ball, 8:44 left to go in the half. Ivanova jump shot. This one comes up a little bit short. The rebound taken away by Mawa. Vikings still up by 2. Reinhardt, right wing for the Pioneers. Over to Oliver into the corner. There's a 3 by Johnson. That's good. So Lindsey Johnson buries her first shot of the game. That's a triple. And now the Pioneers on, I think, a 9-0 run. Boy, it's been a game of runs. Pioneers have had 2. The Vikings had one big, I think, 16-0 run. Ivanova. Pressure. Try to get a wrap around into McCoy. Good job by Dee Dee to save that one. Oh, wide open underneath. Great pass by McCoy as she finds Ashley Ward. And boy, great court recognition that time by Dee Dee McCoy to get it to Ward for the easy bucket.
Dee Dee almost had a good job just to get to that first pass from Ivanova, then a great pass inside to inside.
Vikings back up by 1. 7:40 to go here in the half. Shot off the glass, missed. Battle for the loose ball as Mawa and McCoy both go to the ground. And it's a tie-up, and with the alternate possession rule, the ball will stay with Mid-America as Hollingsworth comes back in, as does Jovana Jovovic. And Ramsey comes out for the Vikings. It looks like Holland Craze into the lineup for the first time. Holland, a junior out of Prairie Grove, Arkansas. Hollingsworth off the baseline, got another 3, and she goes to the ground, but Tranchell Hollingsworth buries a triple, and man, Ken, I've got her with 12 points already.
Yeah, she's had a big game.
27-25. Pioneers lead it. McCoy on the right wing, gets it inside to Ivanova. Dasha fakes a shot, now hands down to Craze. Back to Ivanova, down to 8 on the shot clock. Ward, got to get something going, girls. Lob, high post, ran to McCoy. McCoy turns around, puts it up short. And I think somebody maybe got a piece of that shot. I'm not sure, but that's a shot clock violation against the Vikings. So back to Mid-America, just under 7 minutes to play in the half. The Pioneers lead it by a deuce here on the Valley floor. Vikes 3-3 in conference play. Mid-America, the only undefeated team on the girls' side of the ledger. Now, shot inside by Tristan Wicks. Tried to hurry that shot, missed it. Here comes McCoy the other way. Baseline Ivanova. High post to Craze. Haley Meyer. Now Haley will back it out between the circles. Goes with the left-hand dribble. Picked up outside by Wicks. Now gets it head of the key to McCoy. Hands to Ivanova. Good ball movement around the perimeter by the Vikings. Down again to 8 seconds on the shot clock. McCoy spins in, almost lost it. Gets it to Ward. Now Ward does lose it, and that's a second straight shot clock violation by the Vikings. Mid-America. They get it down on the low block to Jokovic. There's another 3 by Hollingsworth, and she buries another one. And boy, this young lady's on fire. That's 15 points for Tranchell Hollingsworth. And now Coach Tim Dixon takes a timeout. So Vikings led at one time 21-13, but since that time it's been a 17-4 run for Mid-America, and the Pioneers lead at 30-25 with just under 6 minutes to play in the half.
Yeah, and Tanshell Hollingsworth, you said, 3 3-pointers. They have 7 3-point field goals now. They're 7 out of 12, so they're lighting it up from outside. Only have three field goals of the 2-point variety, but they'll shoot a lot. The Vikings playing some zone defense, and they're making them pay right now. That's probably why they have that lofty #1 ranking.
Hollingsworth, that new point guard. Again, she is a senior out of Kansas City. I'm not sure where she transferred from, but she has 15 of the 30 Mid-America points here in the first half, including, as Ken just said, has 3 from beyond the arc, 2 this quarter. All right, it'll be Viking ball, 30-25. MidAm leads it.
She went to Augusta State University. I think that's in Georgia, I believe.
Yeah, sounds like it. Wonder if that's where the golf course is.
Same
Augusta
town.
National, probably. Deep 3 by Holland Craze. This one missed. Moa loses it to Ward. Oh, Ashley had a good shot, missed it, but she's fouled. As that time, Whitley, Moa, and I think Jovovich ran together on that rebound and pinballed right to Ashley Ward. Ashley goes inside and draws a 2-shot foul. And that will be the second foul on Jaden Oliver, so that puts Ashley Ward, the senior out of Springdale, Arkansas, on the line for 2 shots. First shot by Ward, good. And folks, once again, there's no bird loose in the field house. That's Mid-America's #1 fan over there making those noises. Second shot good. So Ward knocks them both down. 3-point game. Hollingsworth outside to Oliver. Head of the key, Jovovich. Right wing, Reinhardt. Skip pass back to Hollingsworth. Deep 3 by Oliver. This one misses. But Hollingsworth gets the offensive rebound. Now Bullet tried to throw a bullet into Whitney Moa, and they say it goes off her hands out of bounds, so too hot for the big girl to handle. So it's a turnover, Mid-America ball back to the Vikings. 5:20 left to play. Mid-America clinging to a 3-point lead. Vikings led at the end of the quarter, 21-19. Ward goes baseline. In the corner to Meyer. 15 on the shot clock. 3 by Haley. 2 strong, but Michelet Higa, who's checked into the Missouri Valley lineup, gets a rebound. McCoy wide open to Ward. A great pass once again by Deidre McCoy as she drew the double team, found Ashley Ward wide open underneath, and the Vikings have cut the Mid-Am lead to 1. Boy, those two have hooked up a couple of times. Now finally, Hollingsworth misses a 3. But they say Haley Meyer the last to touch it. Lindsey Johnson back in. Bailey Reinhardt out for Mid-America. Vikings coming back now. 1-point game. Hollingsworth to inbounds. Gets it outside to Jovovich. Now lob into Jovovich. Jovovich double teamed on the baseline to Johnson. Back to Oliver. Oh, beautiful pass inside. Nice pass by Oliver as she finds Whitney Moa wide open underneath. Moa bangs it in off the glass. Mid-Am back up by 3. Now a little contact underneath. I think one of the Mid-Am players holding on underneath. I think they're going to call that foul on Lindsey Johnson. So that'll be Lindsey's first foul. That'd be a non-shooting foul. So with 4:16 left to play, Vikings to inbound under their own bucket. Michelet Higa will trigger it inbounds. Bounce pass underneath to Petkova. Nice pass to McCoy. Oh, wow. Dede, I think, got hacked there, but no call. Here comes Johnson. Ahead to Hollingsworth. Got to get out on her. Right wing over to Oliver. Now a good skip pass to Johnson. Back head of the key, Hollingsworth. Moa dumps it inside to Jovovich, and Jovovich drives inside, and she's fouled. So once again, Ken, there's that high-low post pass as Whitney Moa dumps it down low to the other big girl, Giovanna Jovovich, and that's going to put Jovovich on the line for 2 shots. That foul comes up against Michelet Higa. Jovovich's first free throw is good. And she will have one more.
That's her first point of the game.
Wicks back in. Moa takes a seat for Mid-America. One more shot. She missed the second one. Nice rebound, Petkova. The Mid-America lead is 4. Vikes need a bucket right here. Into Veronica. Petkova back to McCoy. Didi goes baseline with a left-hand dribble. Now hands back outside to Petkova. Right wing, Higa. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Ward drives in, runs right into Wicks. No good to take in. Vikes, oh, nice steal. Vikes having a little bit of trouble right now getting their rhythm on offense against that zone defense.
Trying to somehow get inside, and that's a pretty tall team they're battling against in there, too.
So Vikes turn it over, ball back to the Pioneers. Head of the key, Lindsey Johnson. Johnson over on the right wing to Reinhardt. Skip pass. Now down low. Turnaround jump by Jovovich. Misses. Scramble for the loose ball. Michelet. Higa comes out of there with it. Ahead to McCoy. Underneath Petkova. Another great pass by Didi McCoy as she finds Veronica Petkova streaking down the left side. And that's 3 great passes by Didi. We've got a 2-point game. Boy, she's on fire with that passing game.
Doing it all today.
Johnson into the lane. Right wing Reinhardt. Her 3 off the baseline. No good. McCoy with a rebound. Vikes can tie it back up with a bucket. 2.5 to go in the half. Ahead to Ward. Ashley got it. Ashley Ward another bucket. Boy, a big first half for Ashley. I've got her with 12 points, and we're tied at 33. 33 apiece. Now the Pioneers, Tristan Wicks spins and throws it right over the head of Lindsey Johnson out of bounds. So the Pioneers somewhat of an unforced turnover right there. It'll go back to the Vikings. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the half. We're tied, folks, at 33. Good first half, Ken, by these ladies.
They're playing as well as they can be expected to play, and let's see if we can keep it up.
Good passing by the Vikings all afternoon. Now that's going to be a foul, I believe, as Hollingsworth runs into Petkova. Tried to cut in front of Veronica and get the steal. Instead collided with the right side of Petkova's body. So Hollingsworth picks up her first foul. It's still a non-shooting foul. That's 3 fouls against MidAm in this quarter. Haley Meyer. Meyer outside. Goes to the right wing. Guarded by Likens. Head of the key, Petkova. Veronica gives on the left wing to McCoy. Didi around the screen into the paint. Gives back to Ward. Petkova baseline jumper for the lead. Got it. Good ball movement once again by Missouri Valley, and Veronica Petkova bangs down her 6th point. A 15-foot jumper off the baseline. It's a 2-point Missouri Valley lead. Reinhardt, wraparound pass down to Likens. Now back head of the key to Hollingsworth. Inside to Wicks. Wicks fires it up off the glass. Basket and one. As Tristan Wicks, the big girl, goes in strong that time. She's a junior, 6'3", out of Marysville, Kansas, and she'll have a chance for the 3-point play as that foul comes up on Petkova. Really, Ken, I've only got the Vikings with 4 fouls in the game so far.
Yeah, they have really played well at moving their feet, not picking up those fouls, so it has not been much of a problem for them today.
We're tied at 35, 1:28 left to play. Wicks will try to give the Pioneers a 1-point lead. She missed it. Nice rebound, Petkova. Here come the Vikings. Peyton Funk back into the lineup. There's that 2-3 zone by MidAmerica. Meyer, left wing, Denny. Denny double team, gets it ahead of the key to Meyer with 14 on the shot clock. Deep 3 by Funk. That ball blocked that time by Wicks. So Peyton Funk tried a 3. Tristan Wicks, the big girl, got a hand on it. Now she runs the floor the other way and gets a nice pass from Hollingsworth, but Wicks on the shot, bang to the floor. So the big girl will be back on the line for 2 shots right here. I think that foul is coming up on Ashley Ward. I'm not sure. Now they call it on, I guess they call it on Haley Meyer.
Okay.
So Meyer gets a foul. Wicks misses the first free throw, so she'll have one more here. Wicks has missed her last 2. 4 points in the game. Still tied at 35. Second shot is good. So Wicks gets 1 out of 2. Mid-America back to a 1-point lead with a minute left to play in the half. Good first half for these Vikings, trying to get their conference record above the 500 mark. They stand at 3-3 after that big win on Thursday night on the road in Springfield. Petkova, one dribble, now on the left wing to Ivanova. Ivanova skip pass all the way across to Meyer. Meyer's three, hits the back of the rim and ricochets out to Hollingsworth. 38 seconds left. 1 point, Mid-America lead. Vikes in that zone, 2-1-2 right now. There's a three by Lindsey Johnson, no good. Rebound Ivanova for the Vikings. And Ivanova's going to be whacked from behind by either Reinhardt or Johnson. I think they call it on Reinhardt, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Call it on Bailey Reinhardt, so that's team foul number 4. So the Vikings still not shooting. 25.9 seconds left to play in the half. Shot clock is turned off, so if the Vikings want to, they could play for the last shot of the half. Ivanova outside against that zone. Brings it head of the key between the circles. Now dribbles to the right wing, gets it back to Sierra Adams, who's checked in. Petkova drives in, got it! Veronica Petkova got it, and she's fouled on the drive. What a nice shot as Veronica Petkova got that ball in the middle of the lane, spun, went to the right hand, and went right off the glass and up and in. And that's what the Vikings needed right there. As Mawa picks up her second foul, the Vikings take a 1-point lead.
Boy, impressive first half for Valley. 37 points, could be 38, and they've got the lead.
Now, wholesale changes for the Vikings. Alexis Boyd Lockett, Ashley Ward, Jordan Salas all check back in with 11 seconds left as Petkova will try to give the Vikings a 2-point lead.
And people coming in and out and moving around. See, right now we have 4 players on the field, on the court. Now we have 5. Now we have 5.
5. Better double check.
1,
2, 3, 4. Yeah, we do.
We
5.
had 6 and we had 4.
Yeah. Hey, 5's the difference between 6 and 4.
There you go.
All right, Petkova to try to give the Vikes a 2-point lead. This one rolls around the rim and comes off. So it looks like MidAm will get the last shot. 7-6. Now the ball knocked away by Lindsey Denny. And Lindsey's going to be fouled by Hollingsworth, and that should be a 2-shot foul. As Lindsey Denny stepped into the passing lane, got the steal, and she was hammered by Tranchell Hollingsworth, so that should put the senior Lindsey Denny on the line for 2 shots with 2.1 seconds left to play in the half. The Vikings leading at 37-36.
Good job by Lindsey to get that steal. Let's see if she can knock these down now.
Come on, Lindsey. First shot good. Nice job by Lindsey. Boy, Ken, obviously the best first half of the year for the Vikings, no doubt about it. I got the Vikings at 8 out of 11 from the free throw line. Second shot by Lindsey, good. I'd make it 9 out of 12. Vikings lead it by 3. There's a shot at the buzzer, no good, and the Vikings lead it 39-36 as Lindsey Denny knocks down a couple of free throws with 2 seconds left to play, and the Vikings lead the national champions by 3 at intermission.
Impressive first half. We'll be back and go over the scoring and talk about the first half and give you the rest of the conference schedule for today in just a moment.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So today's your 18th birthday. Hey, Bobby, pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah. I've got my whole life ahead of me. School, then a job. I've been waiting for this day forever.
And when will you be registering with Selective Service?
What? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'll get around to it someday.
Someday?
Yeah, you know, like, whenever I get around to it, like, I don't know.
Well, Bobby, if you don't register with Selective Service within 30 days of your 18th birthday, you can lose out on college loans, job training, and government jobs. And then you'll be, you know, like out of luck.
Bobby, where are you going?
I'm just gonna get online for a minute, then I'll be right back.
To register with Selective Service, log on to www.sss.gov or stop by your local post office.
There. Are you happy now?
Very.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Impressive first half for Missouri Valley as they lead at 39-36. And Joe's figuring up the score in there. Joe, very impressive first half by these Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to repeat what you just said in case, folks, if you don't believe it, Ken was right. 39-36. The Vikings leading the defending national champion, Mid-America Pioneers here in Marshall. Let's run the scoring in the first half for the Vikings. Big first half for Ashley Ward, 12 in the first half. She's the only Viking in double figures. And I tell you, Deidre McCoy, let's see, Deidre, they have her for 5 assists.
Yeah.
Quite a few of those were those passes to Ashley. Again, Ward had 12 points, 8 points for Petkova, a couple of big ones right near the end of the half, 6 each for Meyer and for Haley Meyer and Deidre McCoy. 4 points in the first half for Lindsay Denny, including those 2 free throws with 2 seconds left to extend the margin to 3. 3 points in the first half for Jordan Salas. Jordan had a nice move off that left wing. And let's see, I think that's it for the Vikings in the first half. For Mid-America, 2 of the girls did the bulk of their scoring. Tronchelle Hollingsworth had 15, including 3 from beyond the arc. Jaden Oliver, she also had 3 triples. She wound up with 10 points on the first half. 5 points for Tristan Wicks, the big girl. 3 points for Lindsey Johnson. She knocked down a tray. 1 basket for Whitney Moa, and 1 free throw for Giovanna Jovovich.
All right, so there you have the scoring. The Pioneers shot 41%, 12 out of 29 in that first half. Vikings almost 50%, 48%, 14 out of 29. From 3, that kept Mid-America in the game. They're 44%, 7 out of 16. Vikings just 2 out of 8, that's 25%. Free throws, 9 out of 12 for the Vikings, 75%. You'll take that. Mid-America just 5 out of 10, or 50% from the line. Both teams with turnovers about even. 10 for the Pioneers, 9 for the Vikings. 10 assists. What did you say? 4 of those went to Dee Dee McCoy?
5 assists for Dee Dee. And look at Dee Dee. She had 5 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, she had a heck of a half. She's the leading scorer, only had 6 points, but boy, she did a lot of other things for this team in that half. So a very impressive first half for the Vikings as they have this lead over the undefeated, at least in the conference, Mid-America Nazarene Pioneers. They're 6-1. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the rest of the action this afternoon in the Heart of America Conference.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. Well, what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Attention men under the age of 35. You know what really impresses the ladies? When a guy has a few drinks and later gets pulled over for buzz driving. That could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. There goes let's grab dinner and a movie. Oh, I know. You drive more carefully when you're buzzed. You've proven that hundreds of times. A woman admires that kind of confidence. And you've practiced how to speak if a cop does pull you over. Slowly, clearly, and politely like, "Good evening, officer." A woman admires that kind of foresight. And what woman doesn't find it adorable that you call it buzzed even though the law calls it drunk? You could kiss $10,000 goodbye, along with any chance of having a girlfriend. Because nothing says, "I'm a catch," more than a guy who lives in his parents' basement and calls it my place.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, let's take a look at the rest of the games going on in the conference today. Avila is at Clark. Avila still looking for that first win, and Clark is right in the middle of the pack at 3-3. Baker at Mount Mercy today. Baker 5-1. Mount Mercy at 2-4, and I'm sure the gals on that Baker team probably keeping note of the football game going on in Baldwin City as well, where the Wildcats lead at halftime over Eastern Oregon, trying to get to the championship game. CMU is at Grandview today. Culver at Graceland. Peru at Benedictine. Benedictine almost knocked off Mid-America on Thursday night, losing by 2. And then Evangel makes that long trip to William Penn this afternoon.
Yeah, boy, poor Evangel. They've already been to Mount Mercy. I think a couple of weeks ago went there. Now they're going to Oskaloosa to take on William Penn today. So, you know, and I feel sorry. I mean, Evangel, a great member of this conference. I just feel badly for them being that far down south and have to make those long trips. And we certainly were treated very well by them last Thursday night. We went down there, just a class school in our conference. Just feel badly for them, but that's the way it is.
That's the way it is. 39-36. The Vikings have the lead here, trying to knock off the #1 team. And at halftime of the men's game, we're going to talk about the new football schedule that is out, and we'll talk about that at halftime of the men's game. We'll kind of tease you there and keep you around for that for a half. Do want to mention a couple of volleyball players who have made it to the all-region team. And senior setter Maya Kristanovic and outside hitter Dakota Santor were both selected to the 2016 NAI Midwest All-Region team. Kristanovic becomes the program's first ever selection of the All-Region first team and earned the honor after setting the program's record for most assists in a single season. And don't be surprised if she gets some All-American honors that come up. Kristanovic Stitch led the conference, was number 11 in the NEIA in total assists, and Santor was placed on the region's honorable mention team, finished the season ranked second in the conference. So congratulations to those two seniors on Brett Holt's team. Very good, one of the best finishes in Missouri Valley College history as far as volleyball is concerned. We'll come back. We'll be just about ready for the second half. Both these men's teams are warming up, and Joe, we've talked about this. When these two men's teams get together, who knows? I don't care where you play it. It could be an overtime. It could be 2. It could be 3 overtimes. Who knows? These two teams always have a battle.
They always do, and it's a big game for the Vikings. They sit at 4-2 in conference play. If they could win today, they would assure themselves a better than 500 record at the Christmas break in a very mumble-jumbled Heart of America men's conference race.
Boy, that was a pretty impressive win, I thought, Thursday night by the Vikings in Springfield.
Oh, I did too, and they really controlled the game most of the way. I can't remember what the score was at halftime. I think I've got it here. The Vikings led at 41-33 at halftime and really never looked back in the second half, won at 86-71. So just when you can go on the road and get a win, that's one thing. When you can go on the road and pretty well control a game, that's extra special.
Well, this game, the Vikings have the lead. We're talking about the women's game, 39-36. It should be an interesting 20 minutes. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be about set to go in half number 2.
There are many sounds in your day-to-day life. There are sounds that wake you up. Sounds that make you smile. Sounds that energize you. And sounds that help you relax. But there are some sounds that can alert you to danger and can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you information about severe weather events, Amber Alerts, or other emergencies in your area. With critical information from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know, wherever you are. For more information, visit ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What?
No!
Yep, and my dorky dad hat, and I'm gonna do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time. What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Well, the Vikings have the lead, 39-36, as they're trying to knock off the Pioneers of Mid-American Nazarene. The Pioneers come in with just one loss and 5-0 in the conference, a one-game lead on Baker, Benedictine, and William Penn. So let's see what happens in the second half. Joe, I thought the keys that first half, the Vikings really went to the boards well. This team's bigger than the Vikings are, but the Vikings didn't give up anything inside the lane.
Well, and they out-rebounded Mid-America 21-14 and 7 offensive rebounds for the Vikes. And you're right. I thought they did. I thought they ran the floor well. Got the ball down quickly on the fast break. And we mentioned it earlier, but 5 assists for Dee McCoy. And, you know, Ashley Ward, the leading scorer with 12 points. At least 6 or 8 of those directly the result of passes from Dee McCoy.
Points in the paint. Look at this. Points in the paint. Missouri Valley over Mid-America. 20-10, again, not letting that height advantage bother them there. And points off turnovers, the Vikings have 16, and the Pioneers just 11. So that tells you what the Vikings are doing. They're getting the turnovers, and they're taking advantage of them, and they're not being intimidated by going in the lane. So excellent first half. I don't think there's any doubt it's the best half they've played all year.
Oh, yeah, but you got to keep it going. I mean, this is a good team. You can't let your dauber down for a minute against this team.
Now, if you do that, you're going to find yourselves down. And we saw that early in the game as this Pioneer team jumped out to a 9-2 lead. But the Vikings came roaring right back, and they went on a 10-0 run. And ever since then, it's been nip and tuck, and the Vikings now have a 3-point lead. So we get set for the second half. Don't forget the men's game coming up after this one. Pioneers and the Vikings.
And we might mention one more conference game after this week for both, or after today for both the men and the women. We play our arch rivals a week from today in Fayette as we go to play. And again, something I have trouble figuring out in the schedule. We play Central Methodist on a Saturday, and yet we go to places like Clark. You know, some of these other long trips, I think Mount Mercy might be a middle-of-the-week trip. Some of these other long trips in the middle of the week. But,
well, I've been told since we're in the middle of the conference, we get last pick.
Do we?
Yep. The Evangel gets the bet, you know, the long trips, and they say, well, you're right in the middle, so whatever's left, that's what you get.
Wherever we need
to
send you. Okay.
So here we go.
I don't care if we're in the middle of anything. It's still a long way to
long
way to northern Iowa.
All right, here we go. The Vikings will have the ball to start the second half, 39-36.
All right. Come on, ladies.
And Dee McCoy had an excellent first half. Will inbound the ball, and we're underway. Gets it into Peyton Funk, and here we go. Funk top of the key, around to Dee. Dee on the right wing, underneath the Ward. Ward lost her balance, tries to throw it back into the corner to Dee McCoy, and off of her right arm and out of bounds. Or no, they say it was last touch by the Pioneers. So the Vikings have 19 on the shot clock and the ball.
I thought we knocked it out, too. I'm glad they called it the way they did.
Funk into Petkova. Petkova top of the key with a left-handed dribble. Now she dribbles it off her foot, and it's going to be picked up.
She fouled.
It's going to be picked up by Likens, and now Petkova with a foul, her first.
Yeah, kind of an unforced turnover. Veronica just lost control. The ball bounced off her foot, and then she ran into the Mid-America girl.
So here come the Pioneers. John Lewis sure had a nice visit with them at halftime as they're down. Here's a three from the corner, no good. Rebound comes away to the Vikings, Ashley Ward. Ward into the forecourt. Three-point lead for the Vikings just underway. Here's Petkova right side, kicks it in the corner to Funk. Back out to Ward, she'll try one and hit a three. Ashley Ward has been an offensive machine the last couple of games.
15 points for Ashley in the game, and that's her first triple. First triple I've seen her hit in quite a while.
Well, the coaches tell her to shoot more, said she's a good offensive player, but she's taken them at their word the last couple of games. Here's the ball batted down, another turnover. Ward's going to take it in right side. Nice bounce pass, Petkova, left-handed layup, good. She has 10. The Vikings have scored the first 4 of the third quarter.
Ward had a good shot, but Petkova had a better one. Very unselfish play by Ashley Ward. Good job by the Vikes moving the ball.
Hollingsworth, now they'll skip it in the corner. Here's a shot on the way. This one pinballs out. And they're going to call Petkova for a foul as she was battling Wicks, I believe, for that rebound.
That's Veronica's third foul.
So Petkova for the third, early in the third quarter. Wicks checks out, and Jovovich is back in. And Lindsay Denny will come in.
I think the Vikes have led by 8 on a couple of occasions, and that's what they lead by right now.
Inbounding the ball is Hollingsworth. And she almost threw it away. Jovovich goes back to get it. Back to Hollingsworth in the corner. Point guard, transfer. Here's a shot. No good. Rebound McCoy. She just went in there and took that one away from Jovovich. And now she's going to be fouled by Ashley Likens as she brings the ball up court. Likens picks up her second foul. Right now, Joe, the Vikings are the more aggressive team, and they're getting to all the loose balls.
There's no doubt. Give Coach Tim Simmons and Coach Tom Hebb a lot of credit. The Vikings have come to play today.
Dede will inbound it.
Gabby Morales, remember that coaching staff. What a player she was back in the day.
Here's Funk into the forecourt, man-to-man defense. Dede gets around her gal, drives all the way to the basket, loses the ball on the floor. It goes out of bounds. Was Meyer the last one to touch it? No. I thought maybe she was, but it was last touched by one of the Pioneers as they both dove for that loose ball.
You see when Deidre turned that court, she looked like a figure skater, kind of a speed skater. That's what they referred to Von Miller of the Denver Broncos the other night as. That's what Dede looked like that
Here's
time.
Meyer in the corner underneath. Kick it back out. Now 3 by Dede. That one spins off, no good. And the rebound, no. The Pioneers can't save it. They're having all sorts of troubles here.
Tell you what, Ken, right now Mid-America looks tight. They're tight. They're struggling.
Jaden Oliver knocked that one out of bounds. They haven't scored yet here in the second half. 7:59 to go. Funk will inbound it, looks in for Denny, gets it to her. Kicks it back out to McCoy. McCoy top of the key. The Vikings playing with a lot of confidence right now. Off to Ashley Ward. Ashley directing the attack. Now to Meyer. Meyer holds it high over her head. Drives into the corner. Gives it back to Denny. Lindsay's going to try a 3. That's a little short. And the rebound, Likens. So Likens grabs it off to Hollingsworth.
Got to keep on her. She can get hot in a minute.
Hollingsworth just inside the lane. High arching shot off the glass. About a 12-footer is good. And
banked it.
Yep, she's had quite a start offensively. 44-38. No look pass, baseline to Ward. It just won't climb over the lip of the rim.
Gotta hit that one.
And the other way, Hollingsworth. Now they want to run. Into the corner. Reinhardt back out front to Jovovich. Here's another 3 on the way. This one bangs off the iron. No good by Oliver. Ward to Funk. Funk back to Ward. Layup good. Nice ball movement by the Vikings. That's now 17 points for Ward.
And great pass by Peyton Funk that time. Ward hit her, and Peyton got it right back to her for that easy layup.
Here's Hollingsworth. High post into the corner. Reinhardt. Skip pass, free throw line. Likens jumper rattles home. Ashley Likens first bucket. 46-40. Back and forth we go. 6:32 in the third quarter. Dede McCoy out front to Funk. Funk directing traffic. Bump. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Likens.
You know, Ken, I think the key to the Vikes, they've got to keep playing this same aggressive style. You don't want them, if we keep the lead, to say, oh, wow, we could win this game and get tentative. They've gotten the lead by being aggressive and have to keep doing that.
Dietz and Moa come into the ball game. Denny out front to Funk. 10 on the shot clock, 6:18 third quarter. Meyer back to Funk. She raises up, back to Meyer. Open three, short. Rebound pulled down by the Pioneers, and here they come on the run. Jovovich got the rebound. Hollingsworth stops the dribble, now swings it left side to Dietz. Back to Hollingsworth underneath Jovovich. Got it.
Good pass that time by Hollingsworth.
That's her first bucket. She has 3 points. 46-42. We're back to a 4-point game. Baseline, McCoy. Didi goes around, drives inside. Strong move, and she's fouled. She'll shoot a couple of free throws. Moa, I think, with the foul. Let's see.
That look of determination by Didi McCoy. She went inside, said, I might not make this, but it's going up. I'm either going to make it or you're going to hammer me. And she'll be at the line for 2 shots.
Didi just 6 points today, averages 18 a game, but she has done everything else today.
3 fouls on Whitney Moore right now, so 2 shots for Didi.
Here's the first one by Didi. Got it. 3 out of 3 from the line.
Didi only 7 points in the game now, but she has done everything else.
Exactly. Here's the next one. Spins that one home. 8 points for the Viking leader. 48-42, 5:40 to go. Third quarter. High post, Moa back to Hollingsworth. Knocked away by Ward. Gets it right back. She'll drive right side. Kick it off into the corner. Line drive jump shot is no good. Ward with a rebound. Boy, is she playing well. Brings it into the forecourt.
Ashley Ward, Didi McCoy, the 2 leading rebounders on this team.
And they are leading this attack today. Winding down to the 5-minute mark of the quarter. Lindsey Denny out. It comes to Funk. Peyton off to McCoy. McCoy, baseline. Denny can't grab the pass. She thought
kind of right between Ward and Denny. They threw McCoy threw a pass. Either one of them, I think, could have caught it. Denny or Ashley Ward. I think they both thought the other one was going to take it. So just a little bit of a miscommunication.
So the ball comes back to the Pioneers. Here's Hollingsworth. Into the forecourt. Leaves it off for Oliver. Back to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth at the top of the key. Long 3 on the way. This one won't go. Fight for the rebound. McCoy has another one.
Ripped that one away.
Wow, that shot was missed by Cook. So the Vikings have it, still up by 6, 48-42. Funk, top of the key. Off to Meyer, open for 3, and that one was off. Rebound, Ashley Ward. Now she hits the deck, loses the ball. It's picked up by Oliver. Oliver fires a pass down to Jovovich, and she scores.
And Jovovich just beat the Vikings down the floor that time. The big girl ran the floor very well, got ahead of the pack, a nice pass, and laid it in. Good timeout by Coach Dixon as it's a 4-point game now.
Yeah, good time to take a timeout there. The percentages, the Vikings still 47%, 17 out of 36. And the Pioneers right at 40%, now 41%, 16 out of 39. The 3-point percentage is on the way down for the Pioneers. They haven't hit one, I don't believe, here in the second half. 35%, 7 out of 20, and 3 out of 13 for the Vikings. Only 23% from beyond the arc. But hey, Joe, they're hanging in there and rebounding. A 27-19 advantage for the Vikings.
Well, this probably a good timeout. This is a big possession right now. It's down to a 4-point game. You want the Vikes to run a play, get a good shot, and hopefully get this thing back up to 6, maybe 7.
Tim Dixon's rather mild over there in the timeout. He's a little upset right now, isn't he?
He is, yeah, he is. He is.
I think what he's doing, trying to motivate this team. As you said, keep going, be aggressive. Don't stop, don't slow down.
Ken, the Vikes have really hustled today, but that time Jovovich beat the Vikes down the floor, the big girl. And you don't want, sometimes a quick guard will do that, but you don't want to ever let the big kids beat you down the floor.
And that's what, I think that's what upset him. 48-44, 4:19 to go, third quarter. The Vikings have just played a heck of a game against the #1 team in the country. Here comes Peyton Funk to the top of the circle. Peyton working that left side. High post to Meyer, throws it away. As he was double teamed, someone got a hand on it. Hollingsworth the other way. Races all the way to the basket, flips it up with the right hand. No good, but she's fouled.
Oh, and somebody stepped in the path, but they're going to say, was that Lindsey Denny? No, that was Ward, I think, stepped in the path. They're going to call a block on Ashley.
That is her first foul, I believe.
Yeah,
Hollingsworth
close,
at the line.
Close to a charge, but I don't think Ashley was set.
Free throw, no good by Hollingsworth.
It's about the first mistake she's made today.
Yeah, she has had a heck of a game.
I got her at 17 points.
Now Salas is going to come in. Lindsey Denny's out. Remember, Petkova on the bench with 3 fouls. And Petkova has 10
she's out
points.
there. She's back out there.
She's out there now. They just brought her
yeah.
back in. Yeah. Second free throw good by Hollingsworth. So Tim left her out for about 5 minutes and brings her back in. 48-45. Now some zone defense being played by the Pioneers here. As Ward is bumped by Hollingsworth. Now Petkova back to Ward, top of the key. Round to Petkova, looks underneath, nobody open, skip past to Funk, 3 on the way, off the heel of the rim, no good. Ball tipped out, they're gonna say Petkova's the last one to touch it.
Good look by Peyton Funk, just a little bit strong on the shot. We got to get her going from the outside. She's a good outside shooter.
She would help a lot if she could knock down a couple of those shots. Peyton is, she shoots about 36% from beyond the arc, so she can hit those shots. Here's Hollingsworth, high post to Wick, back to Hollingsworth. Ball tipped by Dede. McCoy races after the loose ball, picks it up. Here she comes, one-on-one against Oliver. Now stops the dribble, back to Petkova.
And Dede McCoy just out-hustled Jaden Oliver for that loose ball.
Here's Funk working the right side. They'll swing it around to Petkova, and they're going to call Salas for a foul as she knocked Wicks to the floor.
Two pretty big girls right there. I think Jordan maybe gave a little bit of a shove as Wicks came across the floor.
Salas, her first foul, the 4th team foul on the Vikings here in this quarter. Now a turnover by the Pioneers, an unforced turnover. They tried to get a pass into the corner and just threw it right by Dietz.
Jovovich will check back in.
And checking out is Wicks. Coach Lewis doing a little pacing here.
You know, Mid-America always has a couple of big girls in the middle. They've got 3 this year, Mawa, Jovovich, and Wicks.
Ivanova in, Petkova out.
And Petkova playing with those 3 fouls.
Coach is trying to save those fouls. 48-45, Vikings with the lead. Late 3rd quarter. Here's Funk, back out to Ivanova. Swings it around to Ward, into Salas. Good ball movement, and Funk hits the 3.
There
Good
we go.
pass, and Funk knocks it down.
There we go. That's what we needed right there.
51-45. Vikings with the lead, 2:36. High post, Jovovich, baseline, Dietz, and she's going to be fouled as she tried to drive baseline on Ashley Ward, and she'll go to the line. That's the 5th foul of the quarter on the Vikings.
I believe that's 2 on Ashley, I think. Yep.
Well, Dietz will be at the line. Ellie has not scored, 5'5" senior.
Did they count that last shot by Funk a 3 or a 2?
I think it was a 3.
I thought we were up by 4.
No, it's 48-45.
The 48, okay, it was a 3.
Yeah. Dietz hits the first free throw. And she'll have another one. And that one rattles out. McCoy with yet another rebound. And Dede will bring it across. Off to Funk. Now Ivanova out front. Ward in the corner to McCoy. Free throw line. Ivanova bounce pass inside the Salas. Spins up. And
oh, wow. What a nice left-handed move by Jordan Salas.
So Salas gets the bucket, and it's 53-46. Here's a 3 on the way. This one won't go. Ashley Ward fights for the rebound, wants to lead the break off to Funk. She has Ivanova on the wing, gets it to her. Ivanova puts up the shot, pushed in the back by Dietz. She'll shoot 2.
You know, Ken, the Vikings really, for most of the day, have put on a clinic on how to move the ball around the perimeter against the zone defense. And they've taken it from one side to the other, and what that does, that opens up the middle.
And boy, on these breaks, they are passing the basketball. Let's see if Ivanova can knock these down. First one is good by Dasha Ivanova, her first point. Well, the Vikings up now by 8, matching their largest lead of the game.
Come on, Dasha.
Long way to go. Here's the next one on the way. Calmly knocks them both down to Ivanova. 9-point lead for the Vikings. Under 2 minutes in the quarter. Pass underneath. Strong move baseline.
Nice move.
Flipped up
Nice
and
move.
in. And that is Jovana Jovanovic. She has 7 points now, and it's 55-48.
3 baskets in this quarter for her.
Here's Funk to Ashley Ward. Drives left side to the basket with the right
Oh,
hand, and she
nice.
scores.
Wow.
Ashley Ward's having a game. I have her at 19.
19, that's exactly right. That was a nice flip shot on that drive off the left side. Coach John Lewis, frustrated right now, wants a timeout.
Well, this Viking team, Joe, you said it. Do not take the foot off the pedal, and they have not done it. Petkova will check back in. Ramsey's going to come in for the last couple of minutes, but I don't think they can. I think this is when you just have to keep playing this because you have the Pioneers right now kind of wondering what in the heck's going on here.
So many times a team gets a lead late in the game and they realize we got a shot to win this, and they get very tentative and they start playing not to lose rather than to win. And the Vikes have got this lead with a very aggressive style of play, both on the full court and the half court offense. So we just need to keep it going. They played a whale of the game, at least for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, John Lewis taking that timeout. He wanted to talk to his girls. And boy, this Viking bench to our right is jacked up. They're pumped up, aren't they?
Tessa Ramsey checks in. She just sprinted out onto the floor that time.
All right, here we go. Reinhardt with the basketball, goes baseline. Fired all the way across. Good catch by Hollingsworth, almost threw it away. Now Wick, as they fire the ball to Reinhardt. She's been quiet in this game. Knocked away, taken away by McCoy. McCoy just slapped the ball out of her hands.
You think they know who Dee Dee McCoy is around the conference?
Oh, yeah. Here's Funk. Directing traffic. Vikings up by 9. 53 seconds to go in the quarter. Ivanova around to McCoy. McCoy on the right wing. Into the corner to Petkova. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Now to Didi. Funk for 3. Nope. Little long. And the rebound is pulled down by Jovovic.
Good ball movement again.
Here's Hollingsworth into the corner. Reinhardt misses a 3. Long rebound all the way top of the key. Hollingsworth fires it underneath the Wicks. Back out front. 24 on the clock in this quarter. The shot clock is off. And looks like now the Pioneers are going to pull it out and play for the last shot. 57-48. Hollingsworth works it to Reinhardt in the corner. Launches a 3. Got it. Big bucket. Bailey Reinhardt's first bucket of the game.
And she's a veteran. She's been playing on this team for at least 3, maybe 4 years. So I'm sure she shot that shot many times before.
So it's 7 seconds to go. 57-51. Petkova will inbound to Didi. Here comes Didi. She has 5 seconds. 3 seconds now. They've got to get a shot off. And she's fouled. But it's only the 4th foul, so with 0.3 seconds to go, and that's not a bad foul.
It's going to be almost impossible. It almost has to be a tip. You almost have to flip at the same time the ball hits your hand.
The only problem is that's a 3rd foul for Reinhardt, but not much. And here for 0.3 seconds, coming in, Devin Swisegood, replacing Ramsey. Funk, you got to catch it and shoot it. I don't think you have time to do that. You have to tip it. McCoy is knocked to the floor.
Somebody tripped.
She's going to be all right.
tripped over a foot that time, and I'm not sure she didn't go head first onto the floor. But she's okay.
57-51. The Vikings led by 2 at the end of the first quarter, by 3 at the half, and by 6 now. 57-51 with 10 minutes to go. Well, partner, I don't know. We pull it off, but it's sure been fun.
Oh, man, I tell you what, this kind of refreshes my belief in the way these girls can play. I tell you, they started out the season, 5-0, I think, to start the year, won their first 5 games, and then hit that 3-game losing streak, and then got that win the other night against Evangel. So good to see them playing this way again.
Both coaches talking to their players. This is a big one. As far as the football games are concerned, the last check we had is that St. Francis was leading Reinhardt 42-24. And Eastern Oregon has come back to take the lead at Baker. They now lead it 26-24. That was the last score we had. Eastern Oregon has come back
to
take
a surprise.
the lead.
That Eastern Oregon team, this is their third game. I don't think they've been within 1,000 miles of home the whole time, have they? They've been on the road. This is their third straight week. They upset the #1 team, shut out the #1 team in the country last week, and ahead of #2 right now. But let's hope Baker comes back and wins that.
27-24 is that score right now. It's in the third quarter, but it looks like the team that took it to the Vikings is going to be in the final.
That
St.
does
Francis.
not surprise me at all, the way they looked 2 weeks ago when we were out in Fort Wayne.
All right, here we go. Pioneers with the basketball. And they're down by 6. 9:56 to go. Vikings back into some zone now. Hollingsworth, top of the key. Reinhardt hit that big three to end the quarter. Hollingsworth, top of the key. Reinhardt. Dietz.
Good
back
zone.
to Reinhardt. Lob it underneath. Good pass inside. Vikings go for the loose ball. It's knocked out of bounds. Good job by Petkova to knock it away from Wicks.
The Vikings did what you have to do on the big girl. She got a pass. She was down low. They dropped down and double team, gave her some trouble, knocked it out of bounds. A good help defense by the Vikings.
10 on the shot clock. Here's a high arching three. This one won't go. Rebound, offensive rebound, and a putback. Is that Wicks? I think
it's Wicks, I believe. I think that's her.
Got the rebound. The Vikings couldn't get to it, and a foul is going to be called, and the foul.
It's on Petkova. That's her fourth.
Ooh, ouch. That's 4 on Petkova.
Yeah, we need her on the floor.
And the free throw is good. So Wicks gets the bucket and one with 57-54. Now Mitchell Ahiga will check into the game, replacing Peyton Funk. So it's Ivanova, Ahiga, Swisegood, Petkova, and Dieter McCoy.
I would not keep Ashley Ward out too long.
Ahiga, top of the key. Working against Hollingsworth, and Hollingsworth just stripped her the ball. Here comes Hollingsworth on the run, layup, good 1-point game. So the lead is down to 1 now as Higa gives it off to Ivanova. Back to Higa. They double team her, passes across to Ivanova. High post Petkova. Back to Ivanova, top of the key. Round to Higa. Higa loses it again. Second straight turnover by the Michelin, and here comes Hollingsworth, a chance to regain the lead. 57-56, 8:48 to go. Into the corner. Reinhardt almost taken away by Ivanova. But the Pioneers can battle back and take the lead. 3 on the way, no good. Swisegood can't come up with the rebound. Ivanova can. Off to McCoy. Here comes Didi all the way to the rack. Layup, missed it. And the ball loose, picked up by Higa. The Vikings get it back. Good hustle. The ball was in the lane. 8:22 to go. Vikings hanging on to a 1-point lead. Ivanova. High post, Petkova. Bounce pass underneath the Swisegood. She's going to be held and fouled. And the foul is on Reinhardt, and that's her first. Or her fourth, rather. First team foul on the Pioneers.
Now Ashley Ward and Funk come back in. Higa and Swisegood, or Higa and Petkova will sit down.
8:15 to go. 57-56. Funk will inbound it into Ivanova. Out front to McCoy. Around to Ward. Ward to McCoy.
Get Ashley. Ashley might think about another 3. She drained the only one she's taken today.
20 on the shot clock. 8:04 to go. In this game, a 1-point lead. Funk from the corner, her 3, no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Oliver. The Vikings have yet to score here in the fourth quarter. Off to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth will hold now as they will work for the lead. Into the corner. Skip pass all the way back out. Back to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth looks inside for Wicks. Not there. Here's a long 3 for the lead. Good. Jaden Oliver hits the 3. That's her 4th 3 of the game. And it's 59-57. The Pioneers have outscored the Vikings 8-0 to start this fourth quarter. And that's what championship teams do, Joe. The Vikings now are going to have to find a way to put some points on the board.
Well, we got to figure out to get that same jump in our step that we had the first three quarters, really whipping that ball around the corner the last, the first, say, three periods of the game. And kind of slowed the offense down here a little bit here to start the fourth quarter, so got to get that rhythm back again if we can.
And a good job by the Pioneers. Now, when you're a championship team, that's what you do when you're behind, and they're on a nice little 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game.
Well, need a basket right here in the worst way. Like you said, the Vikings have not scored in the first 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Led it by 6 at the end of the period.
Here comes Peyton Funk. Funk back out to Ivanova. Ivanova almost walked with it. Funk back to Ivanova. They look inside. Nothing there. Back it comes to Funk. Going to try a three. This one was an air ball. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Ashley Ward. And Joe, it's about 3 possessions in a row that either Ward or McCoy have not touched the ball.
Yeah.
And boy, you've got to have those two gals getting the basketball.
And now Tim Dixon, I think, takes another timeout. Tim just took one less than 20 seconds ago and didn't like that possession. So he meets the girls about halfway out on the floor, and they're going to have a little chat.
Well, and Haley Meyer hadn't been in the game for quite some time. She has a couple threes, a good outside shooter, Lindsey Denny. And that was just a quick timeout. That one didn't last very long. And
well, how about the play of Jordan Salas inside?
Yeah, Jordan Salas. And speaking of Haley Meyer, and here Haley will come back in, the 6'2 sophomore. I think they're going to have to wait till the next dead ball for her to come back in.
We need her outside shooting. Haley might be, from what I've seen, one of, if not the best three-point shooter.
All right,
at least right now.
The ball belongs to the Pioneers. 7 minutes to go. The Vikings in a 3-minute drought here as far as scoring. In fact, it's a 11-0 run by the Pioneers, including that three at the end of the third quarter. Here's a lob underneath. Wicks backs away in, scores, and a foul on Swisegood. So Wicks picks up the bucket, and the streak continues for the Pioneers.
Well, and give the Pioneers credit. They're down by 8 or 9 points. They've done a good job getting the ball into the big girl. They haven't come down and taken a lot of wild shots. They've got it into Wicks, and Wicks has really responded here down the stretch.
And her free throw is good. And so in this quarter, it's 11-0. It's a 14-0 run, including that basket at the end of the third quarter. And all of a sudden, the Vikings are down by 5.
Wicks has 6 of those 11, the big girl.
In it comes to Meyer, knocked away, but right to Ward. 6:39 to go. Underneath to Swisegood. In the corner to McCoy. She loses it. Another turnover, and the ball picked up. Almost a travel by Johnson. Got away with it. And now the Pioneers have taken over control of this game. 6:24 to go. Boy, 3 quarters, it was excellent. Now here comes Hollingsworth. Goes baseline. Back underneath. Another foul is going to be called as Ashley Likens drives inside. And let's see, you're going to call it on Haley Meyer. Her second. 62-57.
Now to put Ashley Likens on the line for 2 shots right here. She's a junior out of Cameron, Missouri.
First free throw, no good.
Likens only 2 points in the game.
Yeah, she hit her first free throw, or hit her first. She has 1 field goal, and now she has a free throw to go with that. And the lead is now 15 points in a row now for the Pioneers. 63-57. That may be their largest lead since it was 9-2. 6 minutes to go. We need a bucket in the worst way. Here's Haley Meyer, fires a pass all the way to Funk in front of the Viking bench. Right back to Meyer. Boy, the Vikings standing around now. Ward into Swisegood, turns, shoots, missed it. Rebound is pulled down by Jaden Oliver, and there's a foul on whom?
McCoy, I think. Nope, they call that instead on. I think they call that on. They put up 22.
Likens. Yeah, third foul on Likens.
Yep.
So Swisegood will check out, and Salas will be in. 5:48 to go. Funk into Salas. Salas turns. Strong move left hand. Has it blocked. And the rebound is pulled down by the Pioneers. Lindsey Johnson.
Well, I tell you, Wicks has played she's making the difference in the game right now on the inside. She's the one that got that block that time.
Hollingsworth underneath. Strong move off the glass. No good.
Oh,
good strong rebound. Ashley Ward.
Likens just crashed into Ashley Ward that time. No call.
Here comes Dede. Dede skip pass across to Meyer. Vikings give it to Ward. Ward tries to drive baseline. A blocking foul is going to be called as Ashley was going to go baseline, and she is going to be fouled by Wicks. That's a third foul of the quarter.
Second foul on Wicks.
Lindsey Denny will check in now.
Wicks comes out, and Jovovich comes back into the Mid-America lineup. Yeah,
Ashley Ward's going to come out now, and Lindsey Denny's in. Petkova still on the bench. In it comes to Dede. She puts it in, foul before the shot.
Well, Dede's got to take charge in the offense right now. It's down to crunch time. Just over 5 minutes left to play. Vikings down by 6. Got to get a bucket right here.
That's the second foul on Johnson. Out it comes to Lindsey Denny. Vikings still have not scored in this fourth quarter, and we're halfway through it. Here's Salas, strong move, baseline. Meyer will take it in, little jump hook, runner off the rim, no good.
Well, and all of a sudden the basket's got a big lid on it.
Here's Jaden Oliver. For 3 quarters, this Viking team was right there. Now the basket has, as you said, a lid on it. Here's the shot from the corner, blocked by Meyer.
Nice job, Haley.
Haley went in and blocked the three-point attempt by Ashley Likens, but the ball will still belong to the Pioneers.
You know, Haley Meyer's only a sophomore. She shows signs of being a very good player.
Yes,
I think if she gets older and a little more basketball maturity, I think you're going to see a lot of good things out of her.
Petkova in for Salas. Hollingsworth will inbound. 13 on the shot clock. 4:48 to go.
Good
Close
D.
to a 5-second call. Now Funk grabs the pass out of the air, the inbounds pass. Vikings down by 6, need a bucket in the worst way. Denny off to Dede. 4:30 to go. Meyer holding it out front. Swings it around to Funk. Funk looks for Petkova. Now into Denny. Lindsey turns back out. Meyer for 3. It won't go. Rebound, Dede McCoy up. Strong move, and she scores. Dede McCoy has 10. That's the first bucket of the second half. It's the fourth quarter.
We needed that one badly. It's a 4-point game. Vikes doing a good job on the defensive end right now.
Now you've got to go to work defensively, down by 4. Jokovic back out to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth dribbling with the left hand. Working against Denny. And a foul on the floor. That'll be the 4th foul on the Vikings on Funk. That's her second.
That's both teams now with 4 fouls, so all free throws will be 2-shot fouls from this point on for both teams.
Wick will check in. Likens is out. In it comes to the big gal. Back out front to Oliver.
So far, since early in the game, Hollingsworth's been pretty quiet.
Jokovic gives it back to Hollingsworth. She'll drive right side, kick it off into the corner. Underneath to Wicks. Wicks, head and shoulder, drives inside, knocked away by McCoy, but comes back to Hollingsworth. Her long 3 won't go.
Good
rebound in the corner. Whom? Did Denny have it? Lindsey saves it to McCoy.
Good defense by the Vikings that time. Great sequence.
Now the Vikes down by 4. 3:27 to go. And Dede McCoy gives it out front to Funk. Lob it to Meyer. Meyer, baseline. Petkova, baseline jumper, rattles in and out. Had a good look. Jokovic with a rebound.
I think we need to get Ashley Ward. We need to get her back in there.
Yeah, Ashley's been on that bench a while now. Here's Hollingsworth at the top of the key. Leaves it off to Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Jokovic. Back out to Reinhardt, 2:55. They'll be very patient now. Lobbing underneath to Jokovic. Puts up the shot, blocked from behind by Dede McCoy out of bounds. She's doing it all.
I think they're saying, I'm tired of playing against this girl.
63-59. Hollingsworth will inbound it. In it comes. Here's Jokovic. Scores and is fouled. Meyer with a foul.
Hey, Jovovich has had a big second half. Yep. She's at 8 points since intermission.
Meyer picks up her 3rd foul.
She took a pretty good shot there, I think, as one of the training staff taking a look at Jovovich. She's kneeled down right on the right side of the lane.
She'll go to the line if she can continue, and she is back up here.
Jovovich is out of Verbis, Serbia. And you know, Ken, college basketball across the board, you're seeing more international players surfacing at all levels. Now, Coach Tim Dixon out on the floor saying something to one of the officials.
Well, Tim's talking about that there used to be a rule, and I'm not sure if it's the rule this year or not, that the opposing coach can pick a shooter if indeed there's an injury.
Well, they're going to send Ashley Likens to the line.
So Likens going to be at the free throw line. 65-59.
The officials saying now you can do that in the men's, saying the men's game, the other coach picks a shooter, but not at the ladies' level. So I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what the officials say.
Well, let's see. She hit it. So Likens hits the free throw. 66-59. Funk is hit right alongside the head by Oliver.
And Oliver looks at the official like, man, almost knocked her head off that time.
Oliver picks up her 3rd. Well, that stops the clock and allows Funk to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. 66-59, 2:42 to go, still time.
Come on, Peyton.
Needs to knock these down. She has the 1 3-point field goal. Misses the first
Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Vikings only 1 basket by Dee McCoy in the first over 7 minutes of this quarter.
And the Vikings are now 13 out of 17 from the line. Doing a real good job from there. And Funk gets the second one down. So it's a 6-point game. 2:42 to go in this one. Number 1 team, undefeated in the conference. The Pioneers with the lead in the ball. They have a huge 4th quarter here. Long 3, good, and that is a big one. As Jaden Oliver buries her 5th triple. That's 69-60. All of a sudden, it's a 9-point deficit.
Oliver's pretty good. She's got 16 now.
Now a foul as Dee McCoy trying to drive to the right side, and she's going to be fouled.
Hollingsworth.
By Hollingsworth, her 3rd. A lot of fouls in this game.
Yeah.
McCoy at the line. Dee has 11 points, but boy, everything else she has done been amazing. She's really had a game today. Misses the free throw. That's her first miss.
If you want to take a young player, young lady, and show them how to play the game, let them watch some video of Dee McCoy.
Yep. Ashley Ward has 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
Dee has 9. 4 out of 5 in the line. Dee hits the second one. She'll be upset herself missing that 1 free throw. And again, mentioned Ashley Ward. She's been on the bench most of this quarter. 69-61.
And Ashley has 19 points.
And 8 rebounds. And she is not on the floor. 2 minutes to go. Hollingsworth, top of the key. Into the corner. Now they work it down low. Back out to Reinhardt, who had a big 3 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Pass it underneath. Shot is blocked by Meyer, but a foul as she got the ball, but also the left arm of Tristan Wicks.
It's Haley's 4th, but that's academic right now. Under 2 minutes to play. Now Ward gets set to come back in, as does Likens for Mid-America.
Only a minute 57 to go, though. 69-61. Wicks gets the first free throw. They're now 4 out of 6. Men's game, follow this one about 20 minutes. A minute 57 to go. Boy, give the Pioneers credit. A 15-0 run at the end of the 3rd quarter, start of the 4th quarter was the difference here. Wicks hits both free throws.
Wicks 8 points in this quarter.
That's what winning the champions do. 71-61. It's a 10-point game. And now the Vikings, good catch by McCoy baseline. She had to go high to get that one. Fire it back out. Petkova for 3. Got it. Petkova, her first bucket of the second half. 71-64. A minute 35 to go. And now the Pioneers, the clock is their ally. A 3-possession game. Now Dede comes out to force the issue with Hollingsworth. Into the corner for three. Another one good by Oliver. And boy, has she stepped it up. 74-64, a minute 14 to go.
That's her third triple in this quarter.
Here's Peyton Funk, baseline to Ward. As she tries to drive baseline, she's fouled.
Oliver, 6 triples in the game.
Foul is on Wicks, her third. Ashley Ward will be at the free throw line here. Maybe a little too late.
Well, good effort by these Vikings, though. Played a whale with 3 quarters. This is something you can build on.
First free throw by Ashley Ward, good. And Ashley, for the second straight contest, has had a heck of a game, 20 points.
Yeah, good game. She's getting better offensively and knocked down something we haven't seen this year, a triple. Hit a 3.
Ashley will have another one. Lindsey Denny will come back in for the final 108. And Ashley's free throw, good. She gets them both. So Haley Meyer's going to check out. Lindsey Denny's in. 74-66, an 8-point lead for the Pioneers. They did it at the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth. Now the time is on their side. Here's the pass to Hollingsworth. Good pass. Gets it off to Oliver, and they'll just take the time now. Pass it around. Reinhardt off to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth drives into the corner. Loses the ball. Picked up by Ward. Ward quickly ahead to Funk. Here comes Funk. Stops. 10-footer. Good. So Peyton Funk scores off the steal by Ashley Ward. It's not over yet. It's a 2-possession game. 74-68. This team not quitting, Joe.
No, they played well, and they good. There they did what they did the first 3 quarters. Got the big steal on defense and took off with the ball and got an easy bucket.
So it's still a 2-possession game now, and with 48 seconds to go, the Pioneers have to take a shot. At least one.
Well, the Vikes can get a stop here. 48 seconds can be a long time. Both teams in the double bonus in the foul situation. So need to get a quick steal. And the Vikes have forced, I'm not sure how many turnovers MidAm has for the game, but they've got a slew of them.
18. Both teams with 18 turnovers.
Yeah, it's been a foul. And, both teams have played good defense. It's been a hard-fought, fast-paced game.
So both teams with again 18 turnovers. The ball belongs to the Pioneers, and it looks like the Vikings are going to put some pressure on in the backcourt.
Dede McCoy, Lindsey Denny, Veronica Petkova, Peyton Funk, and Ashley Ward, the 5 on the floor from Missouri Valley.
All right, the Vikings try to force a turnover. The ball is out. It was last touched by Petkova. Oh, she wanted that ball to go off the fingertips of Wicks. Didn't get the call. Ooh, that would have been big.
Yeah, it could have been.
Now here's a pass, and we have a timeout. I think a timeout taken by the Pioneers. John Lewis not liking the way that his team is trying to get the ball in, and the coaching staff of the Vikings thinks that was off of the fingertips of Tristan Wicks, but didn't get the call. 24 on the shot clock, 41.7 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, good game, but still quite a bit of time left. Vikes need a stop right now. A basket here, any kind of points by Mid-America will be disastrous in this possession. So got to get a stop, then come down and get a good shot.
Well, Baker, long road trip to Cedar Rapids. They beat Mount Mercy today, 76-44, and Clark knocked off Avila, 76-58. So Avila still looking for their first win. Might mention too that the Baker women's soccer team lost yesterday. 2-0, so they're done. And the Grandview soccer team lost to number 1 seed Hastings, Nebraska yesterday, 1-0 in overtime. So no teams in the Heart of America Conference left in soccer.
I wonder how many of those games end up 1-0 in overtime.
1-0 or 2-0. There's a lot of them 2-0, 2-1. A lot of those games.
And a lot of them do go overtime.
A lot go overtime, especially when you get to that level. All right. Ball will belong to the Pioneers. Vikings need a stop in the worst way. By the way, in football, Eastern Oregon now leading Baker 34-24 in the fourth quarter. All right, here we go. Vikings putting the pressure on. Almost a steal, knocked away. Lindsey Denny with the steal. Oh, no, and she throws it away. Denny got it on the tip pass and then threw it right to Hollingsworth. Oh, man, she turned trying to get to the outlet and threw it right to Hollingsworth.
That was it looked good. Hollingsworth made a good play. She stepped into that passing lane, looked like a defensive back going for an interception. And It's like what you see with quarterbacks sometime. I don't think Lindsay saw her coming.
Yeah, and she knew she had to get it up court quickly. Now Hollingsworth at the line, hits the first one.
That's a big one right there.
Now it's a 3-possession game. Vikings had the ball. Ashley Ward checks out of the lineup. 75-68. And Haley Myers is in. Next free throw is good. Those are big free throws by young Miss Hollingsworth. 76-68, only 30 seconds to go. Have to get a quick bucket here. Inside the lane, back to Meyer. Don't have time to waste. A lot of time off the clock. Now the Vikings throw it away. Picked up by Meyer, no shot yet. Denny's going to launch a three. It's no good. Rebound McCoy, up in traffic, is fouled. Stops the clock with only 15.8 seconds remaining. The Vikings down by 8.
And I don't care what the score is. Dee Dee McCoy's engine keeps on running.
She is not gonna slow down. Foul is on Likens, her 4th. And here is the first one. Good. By McCoy.
I got Dee Dee at 6 out of 7 from the line. Only has 3 baskets in the game.
Chad Jenkins, SID at Mid-American Nazarene, is viewing the action tonight and keeping us updated on what's going on in football in Baldwin City. A couple of free throws by Deidre, and she is 7 out of 8 from the line. 13 points. Here comes the full court pressure. Down to 13 seconds to go. A 2-possession game. A quick foul on Denny, and that's all she could do.
Nope, no choice there. You had to do that, and that's going to put Bailey Reinhardt on the line. And she, I don't think, has been there tonight, has she? No, she only has 1 triple in the game.
That was a big bucket. That was that 3 at the end of the third quarter. That started this 15-0 run.
Yeah, the Vikings led, folks, 57-51 at the end of that quarter. Had as much as a 9-point lead. Now Reinhardt misses a free throw.
And that bucket made it 39-36, and then the next 12 points of the first 12 points of the fourth quarter scored by the Pioneers. Still a 2-possession game, but only 10.2 seconds remaining. Makes this one, it'll do it. And got it, so it's now a 3-possession game. The Vikings will take a timeout.
Not much you can do now.
Well, you have 7 points and 3 trips down floor in 10 seconds. If you do, now's the time to draw it up.
Like the old guy said, though, it ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen. Not tonight. Yep. A big start to the fourth quarter by the Pioneers, and they're going to go to 6-0 in the league and 7-1 overall. The Vikings are going to drop to 3-4 in league play and 6-4 overall.
Boy, this could have been a huge win if the Vikes could have held on. They really, like I say, played a whale of the first 3 quarters.
Baker won, so they're 6-1 in the league. Park won, they're 4-3. They move out of that logjam with the Vikings. Avila goes to 0-7 in league play.
But again, Ken, I think there's some things that you can build on from this game. I mean, you can tell your team, we played the #1 team in the country. We led by 6 points at the end of 3 quarters.
And really looked good doing it, too. 77-70 with 10.2 seconds to go. Again, the men's game will start about 20 minutes after this one. Lindsay Denny will inbound right in front of us. Lindsay slaps the basketball to the corner to Meyer, double teamed into McCoy. Deidre forces her way in, fouled again with 6.7. I'm sure John Lewis doesn't mind that. That took about 4 seconds off the clock. And that's the 5th foul on Reinhardt, so Bailey's fouled out of the game with 4 points. But again, her 3-point field goal at the end of the third quarter was absolutely huge.
Well, again, the Vikes have been outscored 26-13 in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that was the difference. That was the big one. Here's Dee Dee, 7 out of 8 from the line, hits that one, 8 out of 9 now.
But give Mid-America credit. They're on the road, flat as a pancake, and they come up with a 26-point quarter.
You bet. Excellent job. Now, Ashley Ward will check back in with 6.7 seconds if Dee Dee makes his free throw, which she does. So Dee Dee right around her, a little bit below her average right now.
Still a good, one of the better all-around games we've seen her play.
She had a heck of a game. Vikings go for a steal, and a foul is going to be called on McCoy.
Coach John Lewis yelled at his girls, quit throwing the ball around the backcourt, just hold it.
Hold the ball. Let them foul you. I'm going to look at Dee Dee's line here. She has, what do we have, 15, 14 points?
Yeah, she's
14.
And it 1, 2,
15.
9 out of 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah. So she has
3
15
baskets.
points.
Yep.
She has 10 rebounds and 6 assists. That's a pretty good game.
Pretty good day at the office.
Oliver misses the free throw, but it's all academic now. She'll have another one.
Well, boy, what a couple of pickups. Oliver and Hollingsworth.
Yes.
A couple of new faces on this team, and they've made a big difference.
They've made a big difference. Second free throw is good. And here's a shot by Dee Dee. It's no good, and that's it. So a big, big fourth quarter for the Pioneers, and they win at 78-72. They went on a 15-0 run to end the third quarter and start the fourth. They go to 6-0 in league play and 7-1 overall. We'll wrap up game number 1 in just a moment.
I didn't think I liked kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure.
Tomorrow?
Let's check with Mom. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm gonna return the kayak. Just make sure you have everything.
Yep. Can we walk home?
How about a taxi? 233 North Maple, please.
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood.
Best day ever.
A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Well, we'll wrap this game up, go over the scoring if we can. Just real quickly here, we'll go over the scoring of this one. We'll get Tim Dixon to sit down for just a moment. Coach, we'll talk about this one just a bit, and then get ready for the men's contest. The final score here is 78-72. You still haven't learned that one-handed, have you? 78-72 is our final. And Coach, I tell you what, for 3 quarters of this ball game, you went toe-to-toe with the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, and he switched his zone, and it drives me nuts. We spent 2 days working on one specific zone play to beat their zone, and we couldn't run it. And it's hats off to them. Smart coaching decision. That's what won the game. Honestly, I think that's what won the game for them. And our kids played hard, and they, it'd been nice to come out on top. I think we shot the ball pretty well again, which we did. So, it is what it is. We're a work in progress, and again, I'll say it. We want to be great in January, February than right now. So it's a game we let get away, and we just got to move forward and get ready for our rival game next week.
Now we talk about Dee Dee McCoy a lot, but what a game she had! Not only offensively, she was a couple points beyond an average, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. I tell you what, that young lady did about everything for you today. She's a player, isn't she? She's one of the best in this conference.
She is, and she's not a surprise anymore. I mean, teams gear up for her, and they want to stop her. And so it's nice to see Ashley Ward, kind of have the game that she did again. And, we're working. We're clicking. We just got to get a couple stops here and there. And I think, I put in a player, and she made 2 quick fouls, and that kind of turned the tide of the game for us. And we just never recovered after that. But, the kids played hard, and I'm proud of them. And, at least we weren't blown out.
And now you take a few days off for finals and get ready for CMU. That'll be another tough game Saturday, won't it?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, if we play like this, I'm hoping that we pull out a win. They're just as good as Central Methodist is. And, it hurts. And I know they're probably hurting a little bit too. But, we'll move on, get ready, and give the kids a day or 2 off. And we'll be ready to go.
All right, Coach, we'll see you Saturday.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll go over the scoring here quickly, and then we'll wrap things up and get you ready for the men's game. And at halftime of the men's game, we will give you more of the statistics of this ball game as you're reviewing some of the highlights from today's action as we go over the scoring. And Joe, let's go over the scoring of this game before we wrap things.
Yeah, real quickly for the Vikings. 3 players in double figures. Ashley Ward, great game for her, 21 points, 13 each for, I had McCoy with 15. They've only got her with 13. I had her with 15. And again, she had 10 rebounds, 13 for Veronica Petkova, 8 points for Peyton Funk. Looks like 5 points for Jordan Salas, 4 points for Lindsay Denny, 6 points for Haley Meyer. Haley knocked down a couple triples. 2 points for, it looks like 2 points for Dasha Ivanova. For the Mid-America team, 3 players did most of the damage. 22 for Tranchelle Hollingsworth, 20 for Jaden Oliver, 13 for Tristan Wicks, and she had 8 in the fourth quarter. They did most of the damage. 4 points each for Ashley Likens and Bailey Reinhardt, 3 points for Lindsey Johnson, 2 for Whitney Moa, and 1 free throw for Ellie Dietz.
All right, we're going to have more on the women's game. The #1 team in the country and in the conference wins it 78-72. Joe and I will be back for the men's game, and it'll start about 4:20. So about 15 minutes from now, we'll be back with Game 2 on the Viking Sports Network.